And there we go, that was a lovely few days in Tuscany, and I'm heading now west towards the coast, and then I'm heading south, and I'm going to a place called Porto Ercole, E-R-C-O-L-E, Porto Ercole, and it's like a little island that's connected by a causeway, and it's a little bit north of Rome. It's about halfway between, well, it's a little bit, I was going to say halfway between here and Rome, but it's actually a little bit further towards Rome, or towards Civitavecchia. Anyway, it seems, what I was going to do today, I was just going to go to Napoli today. I was going to do it in one big jump, but it's about 350 miles, and I'm not in the mood, to be honest. I'm really not in the mood. So I thought I'll go halfway, and I was looking around and I saw a campsite, and I thought that will do for me. So let's get past this camper van before we hit the bendy bits. Look at that view. So that was a nice couple of days. Been to Pisa, been to Florence, been to Lucca, been to Volterra, and it's been lovely. And we're going to get some rain in this area today, but going south I know that I'm going to miss it, and there's rain again tomorrow in this area, but I know that being a bit further south I'm going to miss it. So yeah, I was quite tempted to stay there for another couple of days, but with 2 days of rain coming and looking further south, there was no rain due further south, so I thought I'm going to go. Look at that beautiful view. That is Volterra, right at the top there. Beautiful, beautiful. If you're ever come in this part of the world, go to Volterra. There's a Roman amphitheatre there, and a lot of the city walls were built about the middle 1100s, and it's sort of built on it. And the city, well, the town is inside the city, inside the town walls, these big walls. Gosh, it must have took them over 100 years to build it. It's huge. I mean, how they got all the stone up there, it must have been a monumental effort. Got a speed camera here, just going to reduce my speed. When I came down this way yesterday, a little bit further down, there was a carabinieri with a speed camera. So, must be there it is, Volterra. And there was a beautiful museum. I love art, and in the city centre museum there's a big collection of 14th and 15th century art. Most of it's religious based art, but it's art that was generated within the town, within the Principe, and it stayed there, and some of it was absolutely lovely. But so yeah, I went to see the amphitheatre yesterday in Volterra. Went to look at the Roman ruins. Then I went to this museum with all the art in, and I was absolutely astounded. I mean, there's one piece that was there, I think it was painted about the 1500s, and the colours are so vivid, absolutely wonderful. But I like that sort of thing. Right, I'm going to hit the road. I've got about 110 miles. It's an easy jump today, about 110 miles. So I'll be there in about 2 hours. Time now is just nearly 11 o'clock. I was kind of dawdling a bit this morning. I couldn't seem to get motivated. And I was in my sleeping bag for ages, and it was nice and warm, and I didn't want to get out. It was like being back home on a Sunday, not wanting to get out of bed. But I was really comfortable in my sleeping bag, and I thought, I've got to get out. And so I got out and I got my breakfast. Anyway, I got my sleeping bag, I sat in my chair with my sleeping bag on and I was eating my breakfast and I was just too comfortable and too warm, and eventually I thought, right, I've got to motivate myself, so went for a shower, then I started packing. Now normally what I do before normally the day before I do a move, I tend to pack most of my stuff in the evening. But I was out most of yesterday. I didn't get back to about 6:30, and then by the time I got back and cooked something, had a cup of tea and everything like that, it was starting to go dark, and I just couldn't be bothered, so I just got into my sleeping bag and that was it. I was quite tired, did a lot of walking yesterday, but normally I tend to pack most of my things the night before. It just makes it easier the next day. But I failed last night and lethargy took over, and so I did it all this morning and I couldn't be bothered, and anyway I finally got myself sorted out, got myself packed, and I was a bit worried about getting out of that campsite actually, because the road, it's all shale and it was like that, and I thought, oh, am I going to get out of here? But we got out because I've got road tyres on and not 50/50s. But that's one of the things I was thinking about before I did this trip, was should I change my tyres? But I thought, what's the point, because most of what I'm going to do on this trip is going to be on road. And I've tried doing all the tracks and stuff like that when I was in West Africa, but to be honest, the bike is just too big, too heavy, especially when I've got all my luggage on. Just too big and too heavy to go off piste, to go looking for trails. So I thought, well, if I had something smaller like a Himalayan or a Tenere, then definitely, because on my days where I was at a campsite I'd go looking for trails. But this bike, as wonderful as she is, she's just too big and too heavy to go trails. So there was no point, absolutely no point whatsoever of putting 50/50s on. So I've stuck to my road tyres, and because most of what I'm doing on this trip is tarmac. Oh, missed it. There we go. Anyway, I'm going to shut up, I'm going to put my music on, and I'll speak to you soon. Look at this beautiful view. Tuscany, absolutely beautiful. Right, speak to you soon, bye bye. Just at a place called Cecina, C-E-C-I-N-A. Now if I would have stayed at that campsite a little bit longer, I would have come here today, because I believe there's an old bit to the town, but because the rain's moving in for a couple of days and I'm heading south seeking the sunshine, I won't get to see it, maybe next year. Anyway, I'm on the outskirts of Cecina. I'm just going to join the Tangenziale, which is going to take me towards the coast, and hopefully I'll make this junction. Oh, there we go, big roundabout. Oh, little Piaggio. Is it this one? No, it's not. This is the one. Yeah, I made it. The Italian junctions are a little bit... You can't go too fast, otherwise you'll miss things. Anyway, I'm on the Tangenziale, heading south. Next stop, the coast. Speak to you soon. The secret to riding in Italy is, if you see a space, just go for it. So this is Follonica. It's just a city, a town, but hopefully it's going to get me onto the coast. Look at all these trees, lovely, isn't it? These trees are beautiful. Reminds me a bit of those trees on Game of Thrones. There was that avenue, I know it's in Ireland somewhere, is it Northern Ireland, and all those trees. In fact, I was going through a town the other day and it was just like this, wasn't it? These trees are beautiful. At the moment it's 23 degrees. So this is nice. Lots of cyclists everywhere. Cycling seems quite big in Italy. Yesterday there was lots and lots of cyclists out. So am I going to get a view of the sea? I don't think so, because I'm about 500 metres back from the beach, and like I explained, everything adjacent to the beach is all private. Resorts, hotels, ristorantes. Look at these trees again, beautiful, isn't it? Right, I'll shut up, I'm going to play my music, speak to you soon. Well, that was Puntone, P-U-N-T-O-N-E, Puntone, and we got a lovely view over to the Isle of Elba, which is associated with Napoleon Bonaparte. So I'm just heading across these hills, hopefully coming back out on the coast again. And a little bit further down I saw there was a rest area adjacent to a beach, so I just like to have a nice sea view occasionally, and I'm determined today to get a sea view, a proper sea view with a little bit of beach. Plus I need to go to the toilet as well. I need a wee, so and I think that rest area said there were some toilets there, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm just going over some green stuff, then I'll pop down onto the coast again, and then hopefully I'll find somewhere to have a little bit of a rest next to a beach. So oh look, there's a view, look at that there. speak to you soon. And this little town is called Castiglione della Pescia. Lovely. Lots of boats, lots of shops, good little holiday place. Castiglione della Pescia, yeah, that's right. I just had a look to see if I could get down to where the beach is, but it was pedestrians only, so never mind. God, loads of boats again. Oh, boats as far as the eye can see. This is a coast road and the beach is about 500 metres that way, so you don't get a sea view. If you want a sea view, you've got to get on your bicycle or get off your bike, get out your car and walk through. Anyway, look at these trees, they're beautiful. And they're a lovely kind of light green, the sort of green you get in May, you know, when when the trees are starting to bud. They're a really light green. Anyway, heading south. I'll shut up and turn my music on. The problem you have this time of the year when you come to these sort of places, lots of the campsites are closed. Anyway, we're just coming down. What we've got here, we've got an island behind, we've got a spit of land, and about 200 metres that side is the sea, and about 200 metres that side is the sea. Anyway, I've just seen a campsite that's open, so I'm going to see. Now I just see this sort of site a little bit further down where I was thinking I could wild camp there actually, but let's have a look and see how much this site costs. Well, that was good. €16 a night. They've got a ristorante here as well. And basically, she said, there's a bit down here for tents, just camp anywhere you want to. There we go, that's the bit there. And this will do for me. And there we are, there's Porto Santo Stefano. I think this is the sort of place you come to if you've got a few bob in the bank. Now what you've got here, you can catch a ferry. Just over there, there's two smaller islands and you can catch a ferry to take you across. I did look, but there's no campsites there. And I thought I'm not going to go over on spec if I couldn't see any campsites. Because there we go, look at these yachts. Now looking over there, that is the mainland, and we've just come across a spur of land. So that's the mainland over there, and then just out there there's two smaller islands. This is beautiful, isn't it? Porto Santo Stefano. And I would imagine in the evenings all the piazzas around there are just full of places to eat. Let's take a picture. And hello the internet, and hello to my subscriber. And I'm at another campsite. This time I'm just at the bottom of Tuscany. I'm right on the coast. I'm at a place called Mount Argentano. Mount Argentano. Basically, technically it's an island, but it's connected by a spit of land about a kilometre wide. And on the other side there's another spit of land, and in the middle is a lagoon. So if you were to cut the two spits of land, then technically it would be an island. But it's quite a big island, and there's two towns on it. There's Porto Santo Stefano, which is on the northern part of the island, and Porto Ecole, which is on the southern part. And I got here today. It was an easy ride today, 2.5 hours. I stopped, having a little wander around in a couple of places. It was an easy ride, 26 degrees, so I had to open all the vents in my jacket. And I got here early afternoon, got the tent up, got sorted out, had a cup of tea, and that's another thing. That news, honestly, catastrophic news. I've had to buy tea bags. Now normally I like loose tea. My little gizmo that I use to make my tea, I've lost it. So I had to stop yesterday and buy some tea bags. Anyway, so here I am. So I got set up, and then once I was set up I went for a ride around the island. It's actually impossible to go around the island, because you can do the northern bit, then you've got to come back, and then you've got to do the southern bit. But I had a wander around, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it's a sort of place where people who have money come to for a little break. And there's lots of yachts in the harbour as well. There's lots of yachts anchored off. Still a little bit of a fishing port in Porto San Stefano, but it's beautiful. So I'm going to be here for a couple of days, taking the local sights and sounds and smells. And I'll tell you, you know, when you ride through it, so riding through Tuscany, the scent, the smells that attack you, it's absolutely wonderful. Different types of sweet smelling, I don't know what it is, whether it's the vegetation or whether it's crops, I don't know, but all the time your senses are bombarded by these wonderful smells. It's just beautiful riding around. And but there we go. But today was absolutely easy, so I'm going to be here for a couple of days. Then I'm going to boogie on south, and next port of call is Naples, and I'm going to spend a few days there because I want to visit Pompeii, and I want to visit Herculaneum, which is another just not far from Pompeii, and I'll have a ride around the city itself, because I used to live there. I lived there for 2.5 years, so I just want to see what's changed. I'm sure nothing has changed, because I don't think anything changes in Napoli. But and also while I'm there, I'm going to make use of. I'm going to go and eat, because I think Neapolitan food is the best in the world. Primo numero uno. Anyway, that's me here, still in Tuscany, on the southern bit of Tuscany at the moment. I'm about 150 miles to the northwest of Rome. So going to Napoli is not going to be a problem. 150, about 200 and just over 200 miles. So I'm going to do that in a couple of days' time. So thanks for watching, and Bella Italia. So I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.